Hello, this is Arturelia, Gaming Room Reviews.
GamingReviews.com. Brought to you by .coms.
And today we're going to be with my cousin here as a guest. Today we're going to be reviewing
Batman Vengeance. Just kidding.
This came out a year after Frontlines.
My left eye is itching. What?
A year after Frontlines, and this is basically where you're a soldier during Pearl Harbor, and you go into the Pacific and fight besides the European front. But is this game better, or worse, or a little bit of both? Like what he would say? Well, that's why we're here to talk about it.
We're here.
Let's go.
Get
It's only dust. Joe Griffin! Follow me, Marine. We need to get topside right now.
Obviously, the story is going to start us off with the attack of Pearl Harbor, and basically that's how America gets involved in World War II. You play as Joseph Griffin as he goes through each part of Asia from Guadalcanal,
Philippines, Guadalcanal, Singapore.
And let's see. I mean, what do you think about the story? Did you think it was good?
I thought it was good. I mean, it was, you know, these were the PS2 days. The story is as good as it was gonna get. You know, it's based off of a war, so.
In some levels, I thought in this, like.
Hey.
In some levels, I mean, what did you think about some of the levels? Like, some were maybe okay, some were maybe.
I thought most of them were good. I thought most of them were pretty good.
The only issue I had with the story, is that it actually just ends in a cliffhanger. You know?
Yeah.
And
pretty quick game, too.
Yeah, and to tell you the truth, the story is not that long. Maybe not as long.
It's like, what, 10 chapters?
To tell you the truth, I don't even remember. I just know that
it's not as long as Frontlines.
Not as long as Frontlines or the original.
Or not as good as Frontlines either.
Well, I mean, you know, I like any history of World War II, the Pacific or the European, you know.
Yes, but if I had to pick, I would choose Frontlines.
The story?
Just the game overall.
Oh. Well, for the gameplay, I guess you could say it's somewhat like Frontlines.
It's like Frontlines,
but
the
it's
gameplay
not,
is. The gameplay is like Frontlines.
Yeah, but it's not as, what do you call? Like, I noticed in Frontlines, your character kind of moves a little bit quicker. And here, he kind of just walks, sort of.
Yeah. Minor details.
Except, you have a little bit more allies in this game than Frontlines.
That's true.
Like, you have, what, the Australian forces?
Even though they don't do nothing, hardly. They basically get themselves killed.
You have a British,
You got that on your conscience. It's the whole game!
You have a...
We let 2 men die! Well, gee, you wouldn't have died if you would have stepped out into the crosshairs! Incoming! We've lost Brooks!
You have a British special ops guy, or special forces, and,
there is no...
basically just a lot of action, just like Frontlines or any other Medal of Honor game.
You want to speak to Dolphin, you speak to me!
Sometimes there were points in the forest areas, like maybe 3rd level, that was kind of...
4th level.
Was it the 4th level?
Right on Guadalcanal.
Yeah, that one I got lost in.
Yeah, that one did a lot of...
That was a little bit...
Yeah, it's like
a little
big...
more...
It's jungle and it's nighttime and...
You kind of don't know where you're going. One time...
And there's gators.
Yeah, one time I went, I didn't know where I was going. I went all the way back to almost completely where I,
started.
Basically. But overall, you know, the gameplay is fun. I mean, if you played in Frontlines, it's kind of like that, just maybe a little bit different. Obviously, the enemies, when you shoot them, they kind of get hit like how the Germans did in Frontlines.
Weapons are different.
And you can...
You know, I mean, what are we talking here? We got over 20 authentic weapons.
And what I like is that you got more allies too. So that was kind of a different.
Yeah.
What did you think about the controller? I didn't really find any issues.
Controls were good, just like Frontlines. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory.
that's about it with the controls.
Alrighty then, we're moving on.
What about the camera? Did you have any issues with the camera?
No camera issues whatsoever that I remember.
Though it kind of moved maybe a little bit slowish, or not as fast as Frontlines did, because when you turned Patterson, he kind of moved like...
Now, if this would have came out on the PS1, there might be some camera issues, because the PS1, like in the 64...
Yeah, you kind of have to turn around a little bit.
Camera's like, you gotta press the button to keep turning. Just follow me!
Now, there is actually a multiplayer mode. You can... Now, before...
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, before, during the PS2 days, you could get online and play. Now you can just play with the co-ops if you want. I mean, I played some of it, you did. But, I mean, if you have a friend, then maybe. But overall, it's the campaign that kind of stands. So, you know, that's up to you. I guess it was like, what, a 6 hours of gameplay that you get in this game. If you're a veteran of these type of games, though, you may speed through it probably quicker.
Maybe 5 hours, you know.
But if you're a rookie, well, it probably would take you longer to beat it, because I know it took me a while to beat it. Some levels were harder than others. My favorite level, I think, was when you went to Hong Kong and disguised yourself as a
Singapore.
Nazi. Was it Singapore? Okay, Singapore.
You just got the gun with the one bullet.
Yeah, a silencer. And basically, you go as pretend to go as a Nazi into a rally, I think, or was it a rally, or was it some sort of meeting in a hotel? I always liked that level. Well, for the replay value, you could replay the missions again, and you could play with a friend.
Yeah, it's co-op. So.
Come on, let's go!
Well, Medal of Honor Rising Sun. It was a childhood game for me and my cousin here. I mean...
Played it many times as a kid, many times.
So would you think it's better than Frontlines, or would it come second?
It would come second to Frontlines.
So, I mean, for my opinion, it'll always be considered down in my heart as a childhood game, just like Frontlines.
Down in my heart!
I mean, I really liked how they captured the Pearl Harbor attacks. I always kind of liked how they captured that, really.
Yep.
You wake up, you're running around in the ship, and I mean, you know, it just captures. I mean, Medal of Honor is like a game that captures the war.
Great,
music too. I think. Well, no, it was actually made by the same guy. Actually, I mean, a different guy.
It's a different guy, but sounds similar than Frontlines.
He did compose the European Assault music, which was also pretty good. So, what would you rate this game? What would you rate this game? I kind of want to rate it an 8 out of 10.
I would give it...
I mean, in my opinion, since he's in my review, I would give it an 8 out of 10. But,
probably an 8 out of 10. But,
yeah.
I mean, I might like it more since I played it as a kid, you know?
Yeah,
maybe other people won't like it as much.
Some people have a difference between that. But, yeah, I think it deserves an 8 out of 10 because it's a childhood game, and it is great. I mean, even though it's quick, I mean, I think it's worth collecting if you like Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, recommendations. Well, let's see. If you want to see our past review of Frontlines, you could go here. Or if you want to check out maybe something that has more action and you get more allies, European Assault. Or if you want to go classic, you can go to the first Medal of Honor or maybe Medal of Honor Underground. And there was only one more Medal of Honor game that took place in the Pacific, and that was Pacific Assault. Though that's for the PC. Sadly. Well, this is Arturelia Gaming Room Reviews. Signing off. At ease.
At ease, soldier! Let me tell you something, maggot. You don't want to know what I've seen. I've seen a lot of things in my day. And when you see a man's arm get ripped right out of his socket, you never want to see that again, boy. They fed it to the dog!
Yeah, that happened in this game. That'll make you want to play it, right? What? What happened? Are you still talking to me? Oh, amazing grace, how sweet the